It's Madden NFL 24. And coming up next is the Commanders' creative quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, this unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stopped him for no gain.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Algier will try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And when you think about great seasons in recent memory, he's definitely putting one together here. There's a good chance he's going to go over 5,000 yards passing for the season. He's just a little bit under that mark coming in. And I tell you, it's pretty rarefied air when you get up there with numbers like this.
Yeah, he's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 21 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jonathan Allen, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Prescott now from the 50. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Algier now up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Inside give to Davis. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. This defense for the Commanders, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. the prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incomplete.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Micah Parsons. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line. Here's
Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. On the return is Peterson. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, but it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL. I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Algier with another carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Algier is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Daniels. That'll be complete to a Conqueror. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st and 10, Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on it, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in there by Cooks. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try and run the option to pick it up, and he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Dak there throwing complete to Cooks. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Prescott. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen with Davis. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, That's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Looking to throw on second down. Daniels got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Holding offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap that felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. To throw on second down. Daniels. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. Throwing on first down. Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Up the middle, it's Edwards. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
That's caught at the 2. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And last time they were stopped on 4th down. Had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down Do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
Byron Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Now a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Daniels. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The kick by McManus is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Daniels working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. To throw is Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll bring them back within 4. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And in the 2nd quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Jets locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back
maybe a couple of low points as well.
3.
So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the 2nd half. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to throw. Daniels.
That one is slant to McLaurin. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commanders first down as the tackle made at the 42. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to throw. Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Now a handoff, Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Third down, here's Algier.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. So they couldn't get anything there, Charles. Now fourth down from their own 2, and a bad situation, to be frank, for the special teams.
Yeah, if you are the punting team now, your number one thing is protect the punter, because you got to think they may actually come after him trying to get a big play.
That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Edwards. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Edwards. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. Looking to throw. Daniels.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Option play. Here's Algier.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Prescott. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Prescott on first down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays.
Yeah.
They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Prescott now on second down.
That's thrown underneath to Algier.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And Prescott, his third interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Shoves him aside. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Second down, Prescott.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
13 yards there and a Washington first. They'll run the toss here. Edwards to about the 48-yard line. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
On third down, Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Prescott's throw taken in there by Cooks.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Play action now. Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Now the Washington offense going back to work.
Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of
winning. Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Getting this ball out wide for Davis. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott now from the 50. And that one too wide and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Prescott, and that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game. So a victory here for the Commanders. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Washington, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week.